And we are live. Hello, can you hear me out there? Yeah, what she said.
Your voice is almost as beautiful as mine. Almost.
Mm, okay,
Got a little work to do.
just a little bit.
Yup.
Gotcha. Alrighty, gonna give people a few seconds. Just a few, just a few seconds. Mm-hmm. All right, going to the countdown. Well, we doing the same thing.
Why was we doing the same thing?
Wow, that is we've been together all day, y'all. So anywho, go ahead.
Welcome to Occasionally Posh, where we enjoy life, laughs, and shenanigans. I am your girl, Chastity B.
And I'm Sunshine. Welcome. We're gonna need y'all to pump us up a little bit. Let us know you're here, et cetera, et cetera.
Hey, Shalonda.
Somebody named Joy. You know them.
Oh, hey, Brooke.
But we always start with a foreplay, and Chastity, you're first.
Okay, so would you rather hit a red light for the rest of your life or always get slow internet after the sun goes down?
I guess the red light. I was gonna say if it's just after the sun go down, then maybe I could deal. But now, typically, you on Facebook, social media, Instagram, whatever,
Right,
when the sun go down. So yeah, I guess I
right,
take the red light, even though I'll probably be even later than I already am.
right. I'm gonna be like
I'm
an
early
hour
compared
late.
to you though.
Right, that's what I said. I'm gonna be like an hour late because I'm gonna have to go through all the red lights.
Hmm.
So I mean, but I'm still gonna choose the red lights because when the sun go down, that's whenever I watch my Netflix shows and everything. So I need the
Hmm.
internet.
Facts. I completely feel the same. What y'all think? Those that are watching, would you rather always hit a red light for the rest of your life? That's a long time. Or always get slow internet after the sun go down. It's a terrible
Oh, I'll
choice
be
either
so
way.
mad.
That's terrible either way. It's terrible either way. All right. Mine is, would you rather give up sex or give up food?
Whew. Okay, so food, does that mean that like I can do like smoothies and stuff? Or no food at all?
Water.
See, I like water, but I don't like water that much. So I'm gonna have to give up food. I mean, I'm gonna have to give up sex.
Ah,
I'm shocked, but yeah,
I am
sex
too. I thought
because
you
I'm
was
gonna
gonna
need
say the
food.
latter.
I need food.
I'm giving up the food, pimping. That mean I can lose these last 20 pounds I've been trying to get rid of. Okay? I don't know though. If you in there trying to have sex and ain't got no nourishment, you might pass out.
Right. Right. He over there thinking he hitting some spots. You over there dead.
That's terrible.
That
is terrible. Shalonda says the red light for the first one and food for I'm right there with you for the second.
Y'all
right
some horny love toads. Horny toads.
Ain't got nothing to do with being horny, but well, maybe it got something to do with being horny. But that ain't the whole like it's some other. If I'm not eating food, that's hurting me. You know, I gotta think about my partner in this situation.
A girl bye.
That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
Okay, Future.
I gotta think about my partner. Okay. Why you say food, Shalon? If you don't mind answering, why you say food? Back me up, okay? Back me up. But if anybody who's just joined or join later, just let us know what you think. Would you rather give up sex or food?
Y'all some horny toads.
Any other time she be over here, I take the sex, and then she got to think about them tacos. That's all that happened.
Tacos and vanilla iced coffee, and I was like, I don't know if I can give those up because sometimes a taco and a vanilla iced coffee is just as good as sex. It's just like a Q-tip. Whenever you put a Q-tip in your ear, woo!
Bye. All right, so for that do feel good. You're right. I don't know if it's compared to sex, but it feels mighty good.
Sometimes when you put that thing in, woo, about to get the shaking.
She said I have had food all my life. I only had sex as an adult.
Okay.
Some people have had it not as an adult, but but I like it. I
like the logic. Again, you and Sunshine are toxic. And
you know what? Why you gotta go to toxic? It's like, you know what? Go on to the topic. Ain't nobody messing with you. Go on to the topic. Okay. Gotta use the keyword. It's dangerous in these streets. All right. So for those who are, just joining or going to join later, the 2 foreplay questions were: would you rather always hit a red light for the rest of your life, or always get slow internet after the sun goes down? And then the second one is: would you rather give up sex or give up food? All right. So as we go into our topic, hey.
Y'all gonna be malnourished and sexually satisfied. Big dead stomach all big. You see your rib cage on the side.
Nope, because the God I serve.
Them orgasms.
The God I serve. Make sure I'm all right. Amen. All right.
I cannot.
Oh man. Okay. So for the topic segment, a lot of usually we've been getting in these deep topics late, but we thought we'd go back to our roots and touch on some of this celebrity drama. So we thought we would talk about this whole situationship with Jada Pinkett Smith and what she said on her Red Table Talk. So Chaz, tell the people what you know. We watched it earlier. Tell the people what you know about it.
Yeah, so people were saying, what was they saying initially? They were saying that she was saying that Will didn't satisfy her in the bedroom.
Right.
Or something like that. But that's not what she said. It was completely taken out of, not even taken out of context, because it wasn't nowhere near. Well, I ain't gonna say nowhere near, but that's still not what she said. And it was completely taken out of context. And people did not go and listen to the actual episode and listen to what she actually said.
Right. Right. She basically was just saying that it's harder or hard now, of course, for their sex life, which that's any married couple that's been together. Shoot, some married couples had that problem 2-3 years in. We talking about they've been together, what, 22, 23,
20
26,
something. It was 20
27
something.
years, something like that.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to be at your peak for 27 years. It's not possible. Life happens,
Right.
you have children. You got all these obligations, especially in their world. I can't imagine how busy they are with whatever they do, to make their money. Like, she pretty much, in my opinion, was just saying that it's harder. But she didn't say it was bad.
Right.
But to people, why do you think that folks do that so much why do you think people just jump to the worst without knowing the whole story?
I don't know, but it seems like they do it a whole lot more often with her. I think
Right.
I think a lot of people don't understand their relationship.
Right.
And I mean, I can even say that I don't understand it. They say they have an open relationship, and sometimes I understand open relationship, other times I don't, because in my mind, an open relationship means that he shouldn't have got upset and been crying about the whole August Alsina thing. But you could tell that he was a little hurt about that. But I think that people just don't understand it, and they just want it to be toxic, and so they just always try to make it more toxic than what it actually is.
Right.
I
mean,
know.
did he at any time actually say he was hurt or mad about it? Like, to me, I don't know a lot about what happened with him and August Alsina. It sounded like that they was broke up anyway whenever it happened, and they had a relationship and then whatever. But they also have an open relationship, which can be very confusing. But I took it as maybe he was just hurt because it came out. I ain't get from him that he was hurt because it happened.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, looking at it, whenever I looked at them on the episode together, it was really kind of hard to read them. Like, sometimes it
Right.
seemed like he was upset and hurt, and then other times they was like he and ha-ha about it. So I was a little,
Yeah.
I don't know, I was a little confused. Like I said, their relationship is so confusing, and I guess we just all really want to know like what's going on. So it's easy to take all of the bad stuff or take anything and just flip it around and make it worse than what it is.
Right. I feel, well, before I say how I feel, let's show comments because I don't want to be missing. So you said this person's name is Brooke. So Brooke said they don't have don't they have an open relationship with Will? And they do. This is true. This is true.
Yeah.
And then Shalana says, I think for people the worst is easier to justify. I agree with that. I don't understand it, but I agree with it.
Right.
Totally. Like, going to just me in general, sometimes I have to catch myself always going to the bad or going to the negative or seeing the or really harping on the bad part of relationships or things of life or what somebody is doing or whatever the case may be. I hate that why is that so much easier to do than it is to be positive, to mind your own business?
I don't know.
You ain't living in a marriage. Why y'all care so much? Like, that's between them and them.
Look, I care because it's interesting. It's rich people's problem.
I mean, it is interesting, but you also ain't on Twitter like that heifer said.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why people get so invested in when they not living there. I mean, if Will was really that unhappy, why would he stay? Like, he ain't got no need. Their children grown. Both of them got money. Like, what would be the need to stay if he was truly unhappy?
Right.
But my opinion was, before I jumped into that, my opinion is I feel like they both live the way they live. We only see her side of it, and people jump down her throat.
Because if I'm not mistaken, I think whenever the whole August Alsina stuff came out, it was said, I don't know how true this is, but it was said that all the women that Will had relations with or messed with, they had to sign NDAs. And so I don't know if that's true or not. I think that is possibly true because I just don't think that I don't think he's sitting around while she's out living her open relationship life and he just twiddling his thumbs. No.
Right. Exactly. Especially, I mean, let's just be real. Like, they both are very They both are celebrities. They both have numerous roles or whatever. And my daddy, helped me see this point the other day. But he is the soul, like he is the breadwinner of the relationship. He is the main person. Like, even though we know Jada from all of these roles that she played in, and great role, Set It Off is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Right.
Most of the stuff that she did, right? Most of the stuff that she has done in her career, not all of it, most of it is Black oriented. It's Black producers, it's Black money, it's Black. Will got Independence Day. I mean,
he
even the Will Smith
too.
show, which people, right? I mean, even though the show that he had or whatever, people see that as a Black show. It was whitely produced. Like he got all the money. She got part of the money. So people gotta realize he ain't struggling in these streets by no means, by financially, personality. He ain't a bad looking man. He got great personality. I promise you, he had to get his too. He's just being smart about it. He's just being
exactly. Smart. I ain't mad at you, Will. Hey, Zanny.
Right. So I feel like ever since that whole entanglements thing went down, now people just look at her weird. And she could say the wall was blue and it was white, and they be like, "That heifer said."
She always lying. She always lying. Like,
look at
seriously. I think that people are afraid of people that are very open and honest. Mm-hmm. And that scares people, because a lot of people are not as open and honest about their life and their relationships and all that kind of stuff. And they want to live in this facade of what they want people to think that their life is. And it scares them that she's so open about her life. And they're like, she has all this millions of dollars and she is just as normal as we are.
Right. I don't even want to call it as normal. I just think, like you said, she's just comfortable. She's gotten to a place in her life when she's comfortable in her own skin. She's going to live her truth and she don't care what people think. Right. I feel like people are just jealous of that. A lot of us want to live this life, want to be open and honest, want to show people our true self, but we don't, because we're scared of the judgment. We're scared of how people going to look at us, how people going to feel. Don't be mad at her because she doing her.
Right. I remember that conversation. That conversation we had the other day, me and you, when we was talking, and I had said something about people living life, claiming, hiding things from everybody else, but doing it, and God sees it, but they, claim to be Christian life or whatever.
Right.
And you said something that was very forthtelling. You was like, people are not as forgiving as God is. And it sucks.
I said
and that's why. Yeah, girl, you was on it the other night. You was on it.
I was on my ministerial side. All right.
But I was like, that is so true. Like, even though I try to live in my truth as much as possible, there are things that I do hide from other people. And it's because people are not as forgiving as God is. And I think that's crazy.
It is.
It's crazy that we have to live double lives.
Right. I mean, in the Bible, like, we ain't trying to get preachy, but in the Bible, it says the biggest thing that you have supposed to take out of it is love. We supposed to love one another no matter what. And people just don't. Like, and some of it is just their own insecurity. Some of it is they just doing what they supposed to do, or going along with the crowd, or whatever other people saying ain't supposed to be right. But in the back of your mind, you like, man, I wish that was me. Like, that's just what I'm like. People just do it. And like Shalonda said, like, it's just easy. It's easier to justify the bad behavior of what you are doing, or your bad attitude, or your bad thoughts, or whatever. And that's just what people do. I don't know. They've been doing it this many 1,100 years. So I guess they ain't gonna change.
It ain't gonna change. It done got worse, child. It got worse.
It done got way worse. But yeah, we just need to focus. We need to start focusing on self just a little bit more. And leave folk alone at the end of the day. At the end of the day. One thing I did like about it is that she kind of responded in a tweet and said, "Only because I got time today, stop making up headlines. Watch me. Watch the Red Table Talk. I did with Gwyneth Paltrow for yourself. Will and I have never had an issue in the bedroom. Thank you," which is so true. We watched the episode and we didn't even, I missed it completely. I was like, did it happen? I don't remember. I didn't even hear it. Like, after hearing that, after hearing what everybody was saying about it, I just thought it was gonna be much bigger than it was, and it wasn't.
Right. And it was nothing. It was like that. I was like, did we miss it? I was like, I don't think so. I was listening intensely, and I didn't hear her say nothing along that lines.
I ain't hear her say nothing. I know it was a really good episode, and Shalonda, if you still watching, now we need to go watch that Gwyneth Paltrow Netflix special. What's it called again?
Sex, Love, and Goop, or something like that.
Yeah, something weird, but we need to go
watch it. It's something weird. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch that because I looked at the preview, and the preview looks really good. I was like, okay, Gwyneth.
Right. Yeah, I guess because this comment that Jada had made, it kind of stemmed off of Gwyneth having the best sex of her life. But when she said she was a newlywed, I thought she was gonna be like 6 months, but they've been together 3 years. That's still considered a newlywed. I didn't know that.
I guess so, and they still having the best sex of their life. I ain't mad at it.
Go for it. Don't be mad at her, bro. Oh, let me see. I seen somebody come. Oh, she said, "Okay, I'm on it." Yeah, we're gonna have to watch it, Shalana. Take some notes. Okay, take some notes. But if anybody watching got any or listening later got any comments on the Jada and Will situation, let us know how you feel about it. We would love to know. We would love to know how you feel about it. So all right. So for next, we wanted to have our we wanted to talk about the TikTok video. Let me find it. Hold on.
To already be up.
I know. I'm falling off. Oh, here we go. Oh Lord, it's loading. Y'all had to restart my computer earlier. And now saying they got an update that I ain't had time to update with.
Oh Lord.
So I apologize. Here we go.
Let him apologize and eat it in a Benny. He named my right cheek Jennifer and left one Lopez. But you.
Just in case you
missed. I don't think it played. Okay.
Oh, he didn't play?
Let him apologize and eat it in a Benny. He named my right cheek Jennifer and left one Lopez. But you.
That's it. He's like, I was thinking. But pretty much, so the gist of it is there is someone on social media. We seen it on Instagram, but she's actually a TikToker. And she goes by Alma Cadabra. If I murdered your name, I apologize. But she makes content, and she's pretty much a content maker that is not ashamed of having herpes. That's what I got from it. So I wanted to read. It says, when I found out I had herpes, I felt ashamed, alone, angry, depressed, pretty much every negative emotion you can think. Because of my diagnosis, I isolated myself from everyone, became suspicious of people's intentions, and started failing school. One day, I simply decided that I wasn't going to be sad about it anymore. I was tired of letting herpes control my feelings. I knew deep in my heart that I had made a mistake, but it was okay. But the stigma of herpes made me feel like it had ruined my life, like I wasn't worthy of anything revolving around happiness. Then she goes on to say, if the stigma, if what people have to say about your status, once you realize people are simply protecting their insecurities onto you. Oh, projecting, excuse me. I was like, that don't make sense. Projecting their securities onto you. Living in your truth gets so much easier. You got any comments?
Yeah, so I remember last night whenever you sent it to me, and I was like, half of the world probably has herpes anyway. And they don't test for it. But I wanted to see, because I know they don't test for it, because a lot of the times it comes back as false negatives, and they only test for it whenever people are actually having an outbreak. But I wanted to see like the CDC guidelines just to kind of get an understanding. I thought this right here was interesting. So it says, why doesn't the CDC recommend testing everyone for this STD? The CDC does not recommend herpes testing for people without symptoms. This is because diagnosing genital herpes in someone without symptoms has not shown any change in their sexual behavior, like wearing condoms or not having sex. I thought that was the stupidest thing ever.
Say that last part one more time.
So they don't do it because diagnosing someone with genital herpes that does not have symptoms has not shown any change in their sexual behavior, like wearing condoms or not having sex, nor has it stopped the virus from spreading.
Well, that's just dumb.
Right.
They should still know so they don't pass it along to somebody. I'm confused.
I was just like, wait a minute, did I read this wrong? But this is on CDC. If anybody wants to go and fact check it, you can. It's on the CDC website. You can go in there and look at it, and they do not check it because it says that people are still going to do whatever they want to do. But I thought that was interesting.
Very interesting. I mean, I commend her for, speaking her truth and living it and so on and so forth. I wish I had more context to understand why she initially brought it out anyway. I hope that it just wasn't to become social media famous, because that's what a lot of people do these days. But I mean, I commend her. I think we need to normalize more things anyway. Like we got to stop making a big deal about, like you said, it's a lot more people out there with it. They just don't know it. Just normalize it and be with it. One of the after I seen that and I went to go look at her TikTok account, she does like these little videos that like kind of jump on the stigma of what people think about you with herpes. And one of hers was like, pretty much saying it's people think that if you got herpes, you can't get anybody to have sex with you, when she was pretty much saying lies. So I guess that kind of feeds into what are you saying, like people just gonna do what they want to do anyway. So what's the point? I don't think that's right. Because I feel like if you having sexual relations with someone, they should know, before what they getting into. But I mean, I couldn't do it, but I kudos to her, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You don't know. You probably done slept with somebody with herpes and just don't know. They just didn't have an outbreak. A lot of times people don't.
I get tested. I don't know what CDC doctors they talking about. I get STD tested every few years. But you
have to specifically ask for a herpes test. You go and get your yearly physical every year. They test you for everything besides herpes. They never test you for herpes unless you specifically ask for it or if you have an outbreak.
Right.
I
have them to test. When I say every STD, even STDs we don't know about, I tell them to test it.
So do you go back and actually look and see that they tested
read the results? Yes.
So anyway, a lot of people
that's
they
just
don't.
Me. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying.
Right, but they don't usually test it, and then a lot of people don't know that they have it until they have an actual outbreak that causes them to go and get tested for it. A lot of doctors don't typically test for it unless you ask for it or have a outbreak going on down there in the area. But chickenpox is a string of herpes. Cold sores is a string of herpes. Like everybody has some type of herpes simplex in them, whether it's one or two. They got it in them.
Right. I mean, I've never had a chickenpox. I wouldn't know. That's why I always got nervous when people had shingles. I'm like, oh, you got shingles. Back it up. Shalada agreed. She said, I commend her for living her truth as long as she is open with her partner. Who are we to judge? I lived it. Anybody living in any kind of truth, I commend them for them. Even if it's a truth that I wouldn't do or I'd agree with, or just let people be people.
Right.
My view on it.
And there's like a whole community, believe it or not, there's a whole community of people with herpes that date, like they have like their own like little dating type of thing or whatever, where they can meet people that has the disease as well. because everybody is not gonna be open to saying, okay, well, we can just protect ourselves and do what we're supposed to do in order for it to not be passed to me, blah blah blah. But yeah,
Right.
there's a whole community out there for them.
Yeah. Go for it. All right. So we're gonna jump into some more social media shenanigans, is what I call us. We love our shenanigans.
Yes.
And
this is what I'm excited about.
I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna let Chastity read it.
That was the one. Hold on, let me pull it up so I can see it. I'm blind.
Oh Lord. Well, it says, am I at the right page? No, I'm not. Okay, so pretty much it says, sorry, babe, my coworkers are taking. Oh no, that ain't right. Why ain't it started it? Here we go. Sorry, y'all. So it says, it's between a guy and a girl. Do you got it up before I start talking?
Yeah, I can do a short synopsis of it instead of going through the whole thing. Okay, so it was a girl's birthday. She had been dating a guy for I think 6-7 months or something like that. She asked him, what was they doing for her birthday? He was like, come over, dress comfortable, blah, blah. She was like, do I need to dress nice? Where we going? He was like, just be comfortable. She asked, was they going out? He eventually said, no, they was not going out. He cooked at home for her because he hadn't cooked for her before. She was upset. She was like, there was a new restaurant. I told you that I wanted to go to that restaurant. I left flyers in your car and everything. And he was like, I had to pay my bills. So I was a little short on funds, but I was able to get you a nice gift. She was upset, threw a bitch fit and everything, decided that she was going to go out with her friends at work because they was going to take her out for drinks. And she told him that she would talk to him tomorrow and blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And then she said, love you with L-U-V. They had been together for 7 months. She had never said L-U-V. She usually says the L-O-V-E. Then she was like, talk to you tomorrow. Appreciate everything you do, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. So then he sends her a picture with the reservations to the restaurant that she wanted to go to, where he was going to cancel the reservations, and a Tiffany's box. And then he said that he was going to take everything back. She wanted him to answer the phone, say he was acting childish and all this kind of stuff. They ended up breaking up. So the question is, who do you think was wrong?
She was wrong. 100%. 100%. First of all, it was so many things wrong with this situationship. First of all, it sounded like they never really talked about what she wanted to do for her birthday. She said she sent information about the restaurant, but she never said, hey, I told you that's what I wanted to do. But of course, as you see later in the message, he ended up knowing that anyway and had it. I guess he was just trying to see what she was doing. I don't understand why he was doing that. Maybe he was just trying to see where her heart was, or maybe he was actually really trying to surprise her and she was trying to ruin it, which is possible.
Right.
And then just why not? Like, why did you think going out with your friends having a drink was more important than keeping your plans with your man if he did just cook for you and he had never cooked for you and he made sure it was your favorite food and he really went out of his way, you pretty much just spit in his face because it wasn't doing what you wanted to do.
Right. So
I feel like
I think that she was wrong too, but I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You have to know your audience. If you know that she's somebody that likes to be out on the scene, go out to eat and go out for drinks and stuff like that, then that's who she is. And you shouldn't do anything outside of what she doesn't necessarily like for her birthday. Like for your birthday, you tend to want to do stuff that you really want to do. And you don't want to spend time with somebody just because they're doing something special for you. Like, it's my day. It's my birthday. I want to have fun. I want to get drinks. I want to eat at a restaurant or whatever. So I feel like he should have knew his audience, but I still feel like she was absolutely wrong.
I mean, can you truly say you know your audience in 7 months though? Like, I know plenty of women out there who like to go out and be with their friends, but they wouldn't be mad if their man went out of their way to cook a meal and bake a cake. I don't even know men that bake a cake other than my stepdaddy. So I'm like, I know plenty of people who like to go out. You can't really. I don't know none of them to be like, oh no, F you. because you decided to cook and have a romantic dinner at home. I'm not gonna do it, and then now I'm gonna throw a fit. Like
Right.
I
don't
can
know
see
too
know
many
your
women like
audience
that
if
either.
you've been. I can see you saying know your audience. Y'all been together for 3, 4, 5 years, but 7 months. He just looking. She
Yeah.
finally showed her true colors. If you ask me.
Right. And then I was wondering, was he trying to test her, or was he trying to surprise her? Like, if you was trying to test her, that was stupid. But it was a good test because she failed the assignment, obviously.
Right. Right.
But
I mean,
if
it's
he was
some
trying to surprise her,
petty people out there that would be trying to test. It is some pretty petty people, but knowing men that like the men that I would know, he probably was really just trying to surprise her. Like he probably already knew that's what she wanted to do. Probably already had her a gift. She the one was prying, and he probably was really he probably wanted her to feel like it wasn't gonna be nothing. And then she get there and he got his nice, you know what I'm saying, or whatever.
Right.
And they was actually going. The only part that make you question that a little bit is because he told her to dress comfortable.
Yeah, so I was gonna bring that up. So I went through the comments on the original posters page, well, on the person that we got it off page. But come to find out, the girl had already had like dressy clothes at his house. So whenever she got there, she could dress up whenever she got there. So that made sense. That's why I was kind of thinking, I was like, are you testing her? Because you telling her to wear be comfortable, but if you're gonna go to a fancy restaurant, you don't want to necessarily wear like some sweats and a shirt or whatever. You want to be kind of dolled up. So I kind of understood that. But yeah.
Right. So knowing that piece of information, he probably really was just trying to surprise her and she was ruining it. And he really went out of his way to get the reservation because he knew that's what she wanted, even though she never came out and said it. And then Tiffany. So he obviously like went like to go from saying you was broke to having Tiffany. He really was. To me, it looked like he was really trying to surprise her, and she just ate him the plum food. She probably had them girls at work. She probably had them girls at work talking about that's all he gonna do. Really?
Right. And make a cake. He couldn't even buy a cake. He made the cake. That's probably what they was saying.
That's probably exactly what happened.
And then whenever he showed that he had that gift, she was like, babe, call me. Why are you acting childish? And all that kind of stuff. Girl, bye. Go get them drinks at that cheap bar.
Right. You the one was acting childish. You would get on my nerves, I tell you. Shalana said the girl agreed. Totally agree.
I agree. I just want to play devil's advocate. Bye, D.
Bye. But yeah. I think she was totally wrong. Totally wrong. All right, before I share the next one, let me make sure it's on the right screen. Okay. All right, so here is the next one. Social media shenanigans. All right. I'm gonna try to summarize it like she did. She did so well. I would have been over here like she said. But pretty much a woman comes home and see a Peloton bike in the living room, it looked like, because I see the dining room over there. And pretty much she messages dude and say, what is this for? He said, it's for us. She said, what do you mean? He said, to work out. What's the issue? So pretty much she goes into, what are you trying to say? That I'm big or something? He's saying, I'm just trying to get us back in shape, that she's tripping. She tried to talk, whatever. And then she went into, I gained a few pounds, but this is heartbreaking. And then this is where it go left. He said, you had Junior 2 years ago. Your mom is always helping us out. You shop all the time and hang out with your girls 3-4 times a week. You keep using our son as an excuse not to work out. I love you and I want us both to be in better shape. You said you want honesty, right? I'm being honest. Then she goes in and pretty much says, how dare you, if you want to be a size 6, you should understand. That's not right. You should understand I had your child. Then she went in and talking about depression, which I don't know how that went into it. I guess I do. Blase. And then his view was, but you spend your time partying and spending money. And bottom line is I usually stay quiet, But now you're mad because I'm being honest. And then they go into saying you can stay at your mom's. And then he said you either need to get a job and get back in shape, which is terrible. And then she said, F you, I'm taking you to child support court. It went really left. It went really left. And then at the end, he said, ask your mom if she has a job for you and a room in her studio. So that's the synopsis of the situation. Before I tell my opinion, who wrong? Him or her?
I don't think that neither one were wrong. So I don't know. I think that she was crazy and she overreacted. I like the way that he said, I got this for us. I want us to be in better shape and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I love that because he didn't say, I want you to be in better shape. He said us. I want us to be in better shape for the child, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. The thing that got me was she was like, I can't wait from the baby that I had for you. And he was like, Junior been here for 2.5 years. Here I am. My child been here for 8 years. 8 and 9 years, and I still got baby weight.
Fast. I got a 13 and a 2. Okay. This is. I might have lost all this other weight, but that stomach ain't went nowhere. Okay. Fast. Anyway, continue.
But then he said that she's not working. She doesn't work and she's not exercising. She's able to go out to eat all the time and all this kind of stuff. Do I think I guess he has a preference. He wants his women to be a certain size. Understandable. That's a preference. I'm not gonna down him for his preference. That's what he likes. He gave her 2.5 years to go and get back into shape. Her using postpartum depression as an excuse to me was kind of because if you're able to go shopping and hang out with your friends and go drink and go out to eat, and your mama is helping you a whole lot, I don't understand why you wasn't able to do the exercise to get at least somewhat down back to the desired weight that you know that your man likes. I know that men don't necessarily understand how much a woman's body changes whenever she has a baby. So that right there, like I kind of got it, but then I didn't get it. Like I understood, but I didn't understand.
Right. I mean, I understood, like you said, he might have a preference. She probably looked a certain way when they got together. Now she done had kids, blase. Men do need to be, most men are very understanding that pre-baby weight and post-baby weight just ain't gonna be the same. I mean, most women do understand it, but that doesn't mean, like you said, that might be his preference, that might be his desire. He might wanted to get her to get back to where she was, blase. I don't think there's nothing wrong with him wanting that, but reading the thread to me made it sound like they don't communicate well, because if you really just got that bite just for y'all to get better, then that's all it would have been. But for you to jump into, oh no, it's been 2 years. Oh no, you can go shopping. There was some underlying stuff that he felt. And it just came out because she was upset. It only came out because she was upset. Right, but why? Been quiet too long. Why would that's not the proper way to communicate. You don't just buy a bite and then go to that. Like, you have a conversation.
Right. It should have been a conversation like, hey, I want us to work out together. Like, he could be like, I got a little beer belly I want to get rid of. Mm-hmm. You got 2.5 years of baby fat you need to get rid of. Like,
he only say it like that, but he need to communicate. He need to communicate. Like, it sounds like she is having some issues. I mean, she may be out with her friends and going shopping to make herself feel better because she is dealing with depression. We don't know her story. We don't know what she's going through. But the way he did it, the way he feel is okay, and it can be valid. The way he did it was wrong. Like, it was communicated terribly. But the way she acted was wrong too, because she straight went off on emotion. She didn't even want to receive that it was because he really just wanted them to be in shape. And then she went from that to, you don't like me and I had your baby, to I'm dealing with depression, to I'm taking you to child support court. Obviously, they done had some issues this whole time, and it just came out they're gonna bite.
That was straight to child support. Like that was the first thing you thought about. Not like let's take some time away from each other and see if we can figure this out. No, I'm taking you to child support court, girl. Which let me just say, which is an issue. Like if she was to take him to child support court, she's probably gonna get child support and she's probably gonna get spousal support because men be telling their women, you don't have to work, you can stay at home and all this kind of stuff. And then that right there means that you're gonna have to pay spousal support and child support, and it's gonna be a whole lot of money. You better make your women work.
Right. I just don't understand in relationships why and I have this same issue, so I'm not saying I don't. Why is it just so hard to communicate honest with our partner? Like this is the person you saying that you want to be with, that you love. Some people they married to them. I'm gonna be with you to never do us part, for better or for worse. But we don't be ready for that better or worse conversation.
Because I think that a lot of people, even though we say, like we'll sit up here and we'll say people don't know how to receive negative feedback. Well, criticism. That's what I was looking for. People don't know how to receive criticism and not take it as you being mean. And I can sit here and say it all day, but there's sometimes where I can't even receive criticism and don't feel like, oh my God, he doesn't love me. But it might have just been like a innocent, like, hey, I don't like this, or they can even, they can word it perfectly, but you're gonna always be like, oh my God, he doesn't love me, or he doesn't like me, or he thinks I'm fat, or he thinks I'm too skinny, my hair is too big, or something. It's like always something that we're gonna pick and choose out of it and miss the whole whole conversation as a whole and just get one little thing, and we're gonna take that and run with it. I think as a whole, all of us have an issue with that.
Yeah.
We just have to
and a lot of it. Right. And a lot of us say that we want someone to be honest with us, but we really not ready for their honesty. Like either you want it or you don't. There's no middle point to honesty. Like there's no halfway. There's no first tier, second tier, third tier. Either it's honest or it ain't.
Right. Because like even whenever we have conversations, like whenever me, you, and Cole is on the phone or whatever, and we're talking about stuff, and we'll all give each other like honest, hard, like truths, like this, you doing this, you need to stop doing this, blah blah blah, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, why y'all attacking me? Like, but at the end of the day, like it's the truth and it's facts, but you feel attacked. And I think it's just hard for people to not feel attacked whenever it comes to people giving them the truths about them.
Right. Facts. I wonder what it would take. Well, a lot of times in our communities, we've said this numerous of times, but in our communities, we just don't learn how to communicate, period. We don't know how to communicate with our friends. We don't know how to communicate in relationships. It's either 0 to 100. Like in a lot of our communities, like nobody knows how to just sit down and have open and honest conversation without getting upset, without getting emotional, without blase. The problem in that conversation is she went straight to her emotions and her insecurities of how she felt. And he went straight into attack mode because she was emotional, which neither one was right.
Right.
Like if she was saying, for him, he should have communicated how he was feeling before he got a bike and just sat in the living room. but also as she was verbalizing how she felt emotionally, that should have triggered in his head, oh Lord, I have really jumped onto some kind of insecurity. I need to let her know that no matter what, I love her, but also I would like us to get to this place.
Right.
But no, they just went into straight attack mode. Attack.
Right.
I've been quiet all this time.
I ain't gonna lie. If it had been me, if I had been the girl and I came in the house and seen that Peloton bike, I would have been calling you and Cole on FaceTime like, he tastes so fat.
That's terrible. But she probably would have. But that's terrible. I would have been happy. You know how expensive Peloton bikes are.
Well, listen, I understand that too. I probably would have eventually got to that point, but initially I would have been like, this motherfucker think I'm fat. And he went out and got a whole bike and didn't have a conversation with me. Like, I'm mad. But then, like I said, I like the fact that he said us. I thought that was cute.
Right.
Us.
Right. He
But
started out
still,
good. He started out good. He was like, I got it for us. This is for us to get in shape. It really did, but her insecurity was already at 100, and it didn't matter what he said. He could have said, I got it so Obama could stop by and work out. And she'd have been like, what, so he could show me how to do it? Like, she would have just been mad either way. She would have been mad either way. So, like I said, it just sounds like that the bike got to the root of the problem. It just got to the root. Looking at the comments, Shalana said, where y'all find this stuff?
Social media.
This time, but social media.
Social media, honey. They be wilding.
And then Vern said redemption. Redemption. But yeah, I don't know. People just need to learn how to talk to each other. I need to learn how to speak my truth 100%. Like, a lot of people think I am, like, I do come off that I don't have no filter at all.
You don't.
I'm working on it. God working on it. Okay.
No.
But I don't have my filter when it comes to a lot of things on life, but when it comes to actually expressing my feelings and my inner truth, I struggle. So I get it. It's funny. I can talk about anything and everything. And sometimes I have to pop my own mouth to say what I'm saying from what I say. But it's really hard. It's really hard, especially as you trying to be a strong person or what my husband would say, too independent, which I am sometimes. You just afraid that you're going to look a certain way. You're going to look weak, or you're going to look, if you in the church, you're going to look unholy. You're going to look sinful. If you around your girls, you're going to look like, oh, you just catering to him and don't put yourself, like, it's so many avenues where you could just not be yourself.
Right.
I just want us to do better, including me.
Right. And I think even whenever us saying, I say that I'm an open book or whatever, but like I said, there's a lot of things that I'm not even truthful with myself about, truthful with my friends, my family, and all that kind of stuff about. Like, you put on that face,
right,
and you go out and you're just like, hey, how are y'all? Party's here.
Right. And I feel like part of me lives that way because, number one, of all I ain't gonna say all because I had a good childhood, but some of the trauma that I went through, I be so hard to try to be like, that ain't me. Right. I don't do that. I'm not dealing with it. Like, hey, I think part of that is that. Part of that is just growing up in the church and, what happening, you just got to be careful with how you present yourself, how you show yourself, blase. And then I think part of that come from being a single parent. Like, something I couldn't be certain places at certain emotional states of mind. I'm sorry, y'all. I couldn't be at emotional states of mind sometimes because I had to be strong for my son whenever I was a single parent. So that drilled in me even in times where I didn't have to be that strong, where I didn't have to be that person, or I had somebody to lean on. I didn't even know how to do it because in my mind, I was so many years where I had to be like, I'm the person that he look up to. I'm the provider. I'm the one that I'm protecting him. I gotta be strong. Even if I ain't ate in 2 days, he ain't gonna know it. Like, I had to be that for years. So it's like, to come back out of that, I didn't know how to do it.
Right. That's understandable. That is understandable. Sometimes I think I'm gonna touch on last week's topic a little bit. So sometimes I think that is one of the hardest parts about me trying to date is it's hard for me to turn off my alpha female because I've been an alpha female pretty much my whole life. Even when I was a child, I was able to take stuff apart and put it back together and all that kind of stuff. And then having kids made me even more like, hear me roar. Like I can do everything. And you can't take that from me. So it's very hard for me to turn that off. And I think a lot of men get intimidated by the fact that I don't turn it off. But I feel like if the right man comes along, she'll be okay.
I mean, that's true. The right man come along and you will get it together. But you also gotta get yourself in that mental place to do it too. Like, it could be the perfect man, but you got to tell yourself, all right, let go. You got to you got to get to that place yourself mentally, because sometimes a right man does come in people's life, or a right woman does come in that person's life,
Right.
and honey, that thing blocked like a condom during sex, blocked. Every now and then it might seep through. Sometimes it don't. It's blocked.
Like, it'll be something so stupid, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something so stupid. So I was dating this guy. I went out on a date with this guy one time, and we had went to the restaurant or whatever. Was about to get out the car, and he opens his door. I open my door. I'm used to opening my door and getting my kids out the car. To me, that makes sense. And he like opens the door, shuts the door, runs around over to my side. I'm already out the car, getting my pocketbook together, pulling down my skirt, making sure it's right. He was like, "You didn't wait for me to get over here?" I said, "For what?" He said, "To open your door." I was like, "I'm capable of opening my own damn door, but if you want me to, I can get back in. You can open it up for me."
Right.
But I thought that was cute that he liked that he wanted to open my door. So I remembered that for our next date. I stayed in as bad as I wanted to open that door. I was like,
right. I mean, but that's like surface level of letting go. Like, let's be real. That's surface level. That's when it's time to really let go. It's a struggle. Like opening the door. Yeah. I mean, but am I gonna let him really be overpaying all these bills, and I don't know if they getting paid or not? That would be my thing.
No, because I did that one time before. I did that one time before, my lights and my water, and I was about to get kicked out. So never again.
But you know what I'm saying? That was just an example, but
right.
But yeah.
Right. But,
we both have to I think as men and women, we both have to evolve. I think women need to learn women do need to learn how to let go a little bit more. I agree on that front when men say, I don't know what to do. Women are too independent, women too strong. I don't like the word too independent because I don't think that's such a thing. But I feel like women could let go a little bit more. But I also feel like men need to catch up to the women of today's time and quit having this old school mentality view of what women's supposed to be, but then also not. But if they don't work, they sorry. Or if they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't do certain things, they don't have their own thoughts and feelings or whatever that they sorry. But then also you saying you wanted to be in old times. Like, we need y'all to get it together. It ain't adding up.
We need to meet. We need to meet in the middle.
Right. Either you want that old school life or you don't. Don't say you want it. But then she's sitting at the house and you bought a Peloton bike. You like either get a job or lose some weight.
Or lose weight. My fat ass gonna go get a job because I don't know about this weight.
I probably have to go get a job too. I probably would say I'm gonna lose weight, and then I'll be like, "Oh, okay." I'm putting in some applications like 4 months later.
He gonna come home one day and be like, "I started at McDonald's on Monday."
I seen you put it in the back dumpster. I seen that. Brian said, "You just hardcore, Chaz. You just hardcore."
True.
Is that a compliment?
I'm a sensitive thug. I'm a Cancer. I'm hardcore as I don't know what, but you break that seal, I cry like a crybaby. I will pour all these emotions out.
Honey, just because y'all think I'm strong, Chase done seen these tears many a time. Okay, she done had to tell me, "Suck it up, get it together." Well, usually when she said that, I was mad, but that's neither here nor there. But you had get it together. Yeah, but I'm a crybaby for real though. I'm one of those that cry every sad movie. Cry when the dog get run over. I want to know. I ain't got a dog. You ain't even my dog. I'm crying, okay?
Right.
Yeah, I am. I'm really sensitive. He said he had cancer also, so I guess he understands.
Yeah, go ahead and fix me a cake and some turkey.
You know what? That ain't had nothing to do with each other. None at all. He said I would tell you off and think about heaven later. And this is fact. We should
I know
have
that's
had
right.
him. I should have had him tell the story that time where I thought we were gonna go to jail because he was following that white woman around the Walmart parking lot. I should have had him tell that story.
Not a Caucasian.
Honey, I'm like, oh Lord, just drive off. You fussing with the woman. She got a child with her. I ain't giving the whole story, but the point is he will go there. Okay, he will go there.
All right, Vern. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Alana said, girl, yes, a cancer will cry. I hate that. What you mean? I ain't a cancer, but what you mean?
Cancers will cry. We will
I'm a
cry.
Pisces, and I cry. Okay.
Pi-
Vern said, shut your mouth. My bad. Anywho,
Get a Vern. Get a Vern.
that's
Okay.
all we got for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the shenanigans of it all. Please do us a favor. If you haven't, oh, she said she a Cancer. Okay, makes sense.
I knew that's why I liked her. I knew it. I can always feel the cancers in the environment. And I was like, for
You
some
know
reason,
it.
I like her. I don't know her like that, but I like her. And see,
Just bye. Hush for I mute you. You know, do us a favor and please, if you're watching this, please go to our Facebook page and like and share. Like our page, share our content. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you want us to talk about more. If you see any topics we don't see, let us know. We would love to know. You can always let us know at occasionallyposh@gmail.com as well. I don't know. What are you laughing at?
it's Shalonda.
I like you too, girl. You can always be a blessing to the ministry. I need to stop saying that. At our cash out at a money sign occasionally posh. That is 2 C's, 2 L's. Okay. Just in case you don't know how to spell occasionally. I'm sorry, no you so. But thank you so much. Please go to our YouTube page and subscribe as well. We need more subscribers. We got a lot of likes on Facebook. We need that same love on YouTube. If you don't mind, yes, please.
We need you.
Subscribe to our YouTube page.
And I want to read more listener letters. So send us a letter. DM us.
Yes.
Email us. It don't
Yes.
matter. Like,
Vern said talk about Married at First Sight. I like the show, but Chastity don't watch it.
I mean, I can binge it next week if I need to. You're gonna have to give me 2 weeks, but I can binge it.
All right, Vern. She gonna binge it, and we'll come to it. We'll come back to it because I like it. I watch it. But we'll do that. So, anywho, thanks for watching. Thank you, everyone who's been watching, and bye-bye.
Peace.